I've been thinking about something for a couple weeks now, and I think I want to address it head on. Now, this is not a fully fleshed out, scripted TikTok, so it's probably going to be long. And I will probably post more about this as I continue to work out my own philosophy on the issue of using AI in caregiving and in age tech, which I think does have some benefits, but also can be very tricky. So, a couple of episodes ago on the From Guilt to Good podcast, I interviewed Patrick Coughlin. He's the founder of Savvy Security. He created Savvy Security after his mother was almost fooled by a voice cloning scam. So I does this voice cloning scam. She was almost tricked by it, but that caused him to think how often this stuff happens because of his experience in cybersecurity, working for government agencies and Fortune 500 companies, created Savvy Security. I love what they're doing. You should go check them out. And then this week, I dropped a podcast where I also talked to someone who, due to their caregiving experience with their loved one with dementia, they have also created a tool which clones the caregiver's voice. And how do we reconcile these two things? I do also want to say that Kirsten with Kindred Mind, she is also using research-backed information and intense security tools, security around her AI tool. And I'm going to go into a little bit about how that works as well. But how do we reconcile voice cloning as a scam? Voice cloning is something that could potentially be helpful. And this is where we get into this thing where we really have to be critical thinkers when we're using AI tools. So the scam works exactly how it sounds. Somebody calls and you hear what you think is your loved one's voice. There's usually a sense of urgency in the scam. Something's gone wrong. They need money right away. Please send them money right away to this, they even have Western Union probably. I'm so old, but like Cash App, there's this big hubbub, send me the money right away thing. Scammers get people to do this because they literally think their loved one's life is on the line. And then there's what is going on with Kindred Mind, which is there's a specific time, specific stage in some types of dementia. Usually, I think Alzheimer's. I don't know a lot about dementia, but I think she was talking specifically about Alzheimer's, when a loved one does the repeated calling and you talk to them on the phone, calm them down, you hang up, they call right back. And there's a specific reason this happens. There's a specific stage in the disease when this happens. She tried everything that she could think of, but blocking the calls wasn't working because the problem wasn't the calls themselves. The problem was that her loved one was stressed out, was in anxiety, in fear. And the only thing that her loved one knew was that if I talk to my daughter, I'll be okay. She did a ton of research. She had other people do research. She was reading people's research. And there is research out there that says during the stage of dementia, when the loved can hear their person's voice, they immediately calm down. When they can't hear the voice because the call is blocked or the call goes unanswered, the anxiety increases, the fear increases, and that actually spreads. If they're in a memory care facility, it can actually spread to the. So she was trying to come up with a safe solution. She and her team came up with this specific tool that uses your voice and the information you give it about your loved one, about what y'all normally talk about, all of this stuff, to answer the phone for you when you can't. So it's a specific thing that you can toggle on and off. I can't answer the phone right now. And not like because I don't feel like it, but really this is like when if you have a job, or if you're at your own doctor's appointment, or if you're at your child's recital or something like that, that's also very important to you, you can't answer the phone. So there's this specific use case, this specific tool that is created, and it doesn't call them, it doesn't call the loved one with cognitive decline. It only answers for you when you can't answer. And there's only a set number of things that it's known to say. It also has some trigger words of if the loved one says, certain things, it knows to identify, notify that something is going on, etc. But it allows you to have a little bit of space. Your loved one hears the voice that sounds like you. They're able to calm down. And then, of course, you can follow up with them after you're done. So, how do we know when it's okay to use something and when it's not? I think this all comes down to us knowing what is right for our loved ones, what is acceptable and appropriate, what actually benefits not only them and what they need, but also helps protect the humanity, the relationship that you have with your loved one. So in one instance, voice cloning can be a scam. In this other instance, it may be actually the thing that is exactly what is appropriate. Now, no one can tell you if it's the right thing for you. This is why critical thinking is so important in care, in caregiving, in understanding technology, in looking through things. You have to know what your comfort level is, and you have to be able to read to make sure privacy, safety, and certain things have been considered. How do they protect your voice that has been cloned so nobody else can use it, that kind of thing. You want to look at these things, and Ken has done a great job at sharing how they do that. Just like Savvy Security has done a great job in creating a tool that helps you prevent those unwanted scams coming into you or your loved one's life. So, like I said, I haven't fully fleshed this out, but I really wanted to, a lot of things on the internet, we're 8 minutes into this, this video, a lot of things want you to boil it down to 15 seconds. That's not always possible. We have to have nuanced conversations, and I welcome more conversation about this. Again, I didn't, please go check out Kindred Mind. Please go check out Savvy Security on your own. But I would welcome this conversation. I think these are the types of conversations we need to be having. And again, there's no judgment. We don't have room for judgment in the caregiving space, but we can use our own judgment in making decisions. And that's what I want to encourage all of you to do. Thank you. If you've listened this far, I really appreciate it. Take care, and I'll see you soon.